A simple thought, converted into nearly 51,000 bytes of data. The multimedia message, or MMS. This particular message is one of 28,000 sent every second into the World Communication Network. It accompanies categories of information like emails, ISP data, weblogs, and voice data. When deciphered, these communications carry with them a pattern, or metadata, that reveal information like the user's number, who the receiver is, the location sent, the date and time of the message, the duration, the amount of data transmitted, and the subsequent cost of that transmission. The average user will have 736 pieces of this personal information collected every day. Over time, this information amounts to the user's digital identity, which is accessible anytime in their service provider's retention period. Verizon withholds this information for 12 months, AT&T for 84, Sprint for 24, and T-Mobile for 60 months. Most individuals will have over 1 million pieces of information spanning the past 45 months already in their provider's possession. A third party owning nearly 4 years of your life. Not only do users pay for the access to information through cell phones, computers, and data plans, but those who partake in the network pay to be unknowing participants in a vast study group. If you use this network, your 4 years of information is extracted and sold without consent, contributing to the nearly $34,000 accumulated every second by the information sector. The specifics of nearly all digital interactions are sold to a variety of entities. Among them are ad servers that assign the individual a demographic based on their digital histories. Once assigned, individualized information is deployed to the user. Location data is filtered into intrusive localized advertising. Facebook likes transform into custom Walmart ads, and search engine results are narrowed to a limited scope. The global internet becomes the personal internet, and information ceases to be information at all.
$500 million license plates are in one Bay Area company's database, and yours might be one of them. The license scanning technology is at the center of a debate over stopping crime and protecting privacy. It's a delicate balance that is now the focus of a California Watch investigation. ABC 7's Capitol correspondent Nanette Miranda is live in Sacramento tonight with the story. Nanette.
Well, as seen in at least one crime-fighting tool, privacy experts say laws have not caught up with technology. More and more law enforcement agencies and even private security firms are mounting high-tech cameras atop their vehicles, scanning license plates for stolen cars. It has become a valuable tool. For Arden Fair Mall near the state capitol, a stolen car means someone is up to no good in 80% of the cases. Its first hit led to an arrest.
And we tracked him into one of the stores here. When he was arrested, they patted him down, and inside of his pants he had several pairs of shoes that he shoplifted while he was inside the mall.
Police officers and deputies have had similar success out on the streets, but a California Watch investigation raises questions over how else the information gathered by this 21st century tool is being used. It found a Livermore-based company called Vigilant Video has compiled a database containing more than 500 million license plate scans from across the country.
Our digital fingerprints are everywhere. And so,
the California Public Interest Research Group works on privacy issues and says the database raises red flags because it shows where people have been and when even the innocent ones.
Whenever individuals' information is stored or compiled in one place, folks should be concerned, especially if they don't know about it.
The investigation also raises questions about police access to the database. They're not supposed to use information from license scanning to solve other crimes, but if it's now someone else's database, it's the perfect loophole to gain access. Vigilant Video declined our request for an interview, but the firm's president told California Watch we shouldn't hinder officers from doing their jobs. CHP hopes the privacy issue doesn't take away a very valuable and effective tool.
There's billions and billions of dollars that are lost on a yearly basis as far as number of vehicles stolen and the costs associated with those vehicles being stolen as far as the insurance. So that affects a lot of us.
CHP and Arden Fair Mall share license scans only with law enforcement. Meanwhile, critics had similar concerns with Fast Track because the company, too, had information on where customers had been once a toll was paid. But California lawmakers made it illegal 2 years ago to sell that data. Live in Sacramento, Nanette Miranda, ABC 7 News.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is Monday, January 16th, 2012, and I'm Darko. This is my website, ggnonline.com. That's ggnonline.com. Also on YouTube, ddarko2012 is my YouTube channel. You can check out on the YouTube's video description all the headlines and links. And you can follow GGN by putting in your email address right there. Okay, I'm ready to start here. The first article I have up is marijuana smoking better for lungs than cigarettes. Marijuana smoking, at least at moderate levels, does not harm lungs, but actually improves airflow rates and lung capacity. That's the finding of a recent study published in the January 11th, 2012 issue of the Journal of the American Medical Association. Then we have nicotine may aid memory for in early dementia. Nicotine patches may improve the memory of elderly people experiencing the earliest symptoms of dementia, researchers suspect. I wouldn't touch those damn patches. Just quit. Have some willpower and quit. But why don't they just smoke a cigarette or something like that? I mean, come on now. But it's come from the BBC, so that's to be expected. But they tell you, you know, smoking tobacco is going to kill you. It kills, and along with marijuana as well. I mean, that's why marijuana is illegal, right? Just based off the whole argument that it causes people to be violent and all, the health effects and stuff like that. But they keep alcohol available, and it's been available for a long time. It says here, marijuana nutrients found to help prevent Alzheimer's disease. So it says here, a study conducted by scientists at Scripps Research Institute in California has found that contrary to marijuana's reputation, the ingredients of the drug can actually fight off the memory impairing effects of Alzheimer's disease. So there you go. Smoking cigarettes and marijuana can actually help your memory. So next time someone says, oh, blah, 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 you can just go, well, sorry, you're wrong. Cannabis treatment threatens deadly painkiller industry. Pharmaceutical painkillers are now responsible for more deaths in the United States than heroin and cocaine combined. Classified as a dangerous drug by the U.S. government, cannabis has been identified as a powerful pain reliever in more than 80 peer-reviewed studies. It also has some cancer-fighting ability as well. So that's why you have Obama's DOJ, Department of Justice, cracks down on medical marijuana, California versus the feds. Nice bit of propaganda here for you. Breastfed babies cry more, says UK studies. They cry more than formula-fed ones, but that's normal, so stick with it. Formula-fed babies may be quieter, but overfed. So then we have Synutra won't recall milk product as government probes death. Chinese baby formula maker said its products are safe and won't recall any after local news reports said that one of the twin infants using the company's powdered milk died and another became ill. Then we have FDA to test orange juice in the United States for fungicide. This came out a couple days ago, but I thought I'd throw it in there. Said that he decided to begin testing orange juice being sold in the U.S. supermarkets for a potential harmful fungicide that it believes was imported from Brazil, which a lot of it's coming from now. And that's globalization. Apple juice made in America. Think again. And it goes in here and it says, oh wow, it says overall America's insatiable desire to chomp on overseas food has been growing. Yeah, it's just like politics. Like we actually have a freaking choice in the matter. No, it's just shoved down our throats. It's like, yeah, we desire it. We want globalization. We want everything that comes with it. We want our jobs to be outsourced so that, we don't have enough food to feed our kids. That's what we want. We want to be like Britain, where we have to choose between starving and freezing. And then when we call to complain about it, you know, hey, we're being bad slaves. So as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations and other philanthropic foundations who just have such big hearts, they care so much about people, go to these African nations, and actually the mothers will take their kids and run the opposite direction. International Planned Parenthood's strategic goal is to increase abortion services by 82% in Africa. Next up, Father Bob Maguire angry over witch hijacking wedding ceremony. Said the witch who went to jail for dragging a policeman down the road was hijacked a wedding ceremony being performed by the reverend, who said he felt like the devil had taken him over. And speaking of witches, remember I just covered Madonna with her black outfit. And we have this, Madonna's Golden Globes feud. So she's back in the news again. This is all what? To direct attention. This is to get people's attention, building up on her for, like I said before, the big ceremony where the sorcerer will cast the spell. And who better than someone who was knighted by the crown? So next up we have what? Madonna basically getting into it with a sarcastic introduction to the stage, pretending to muffle her snorts while saying she was still like a virgin, saying, why don't you come over here and do something about it? And I haven't kissed a girl in quite a few years. Of course, she's referencing to the magic spell that she participated in, actually directed, with Britney Spears, in which she walked down, what, the 12, 13 stairs with her little magic wand and her little hat. Then we have her pancreas was falling apart. Teenage girl who drank 6 liters of cider a day nearly dies after alcohol wrecked her body. Then moving on here, remember this story, life with a 12-year-old alcoholic. That's a new trend now. EU accused of brainwashing school children across Britain. I guess they're handing out these little pencil cases. EU, learn for life. And it says if schools want children to know about the EU, there are plenty of unbiased resources. Schools to spy on fat kids. It says here, a group of Long Island students will soon be wearing controversial electronic monitors that allow school officials to track their physical activity around the clock. And like always, but privacy advocates and parents worry that schools are using electronic monitors in physical education without families' knowledge or consent. Well, once you realize that if you send your child to a public school, they're not really your children, they're the state's children. So it makes sense that they wouldn't tell you a damn thing about it. They don't have to. Microchip, just like when they draw blood at the hospital and put it in a database for your DNA. Microchip ID wristbands heading for UK festivals. They say, ooh, it can wipe out ticket fraud, and touting can be loaded with cash to pay for goods on site, just like the license plate scanner. You know, just don't worry about anybody that actually cares about privacy. We're going to go ahead and do it because, you know, we're the good guys and we're going to stop crime. So, but critics say there is an invasion of privacy and make festivals feel too commercial. Says here that they're fitted with a microchip, and says here they are registered in and out of venues with turnstiles and handheld devices scanning their wristbands. So lets them track them. Obama czar proposed government should infiltrate social network sites, chat rooms, and message boards. Of course, this is the guy that doesn't believe in a constitution or anything. Cass Sunstein said that such, quote, cognitive infiltration should be used to enforce U.S. government bans on conspiracy theory. Obama wants Internet ID, the Commerce Department, the authority to implement, that's what they're giving, an identity ecosystem for the Internet with a national strategy for trusted identities in cyberspace, which has been declared a battleground. I wonder who's going to be trusted. It'll do away with the need for passwords. Homeland Security is reading and recording every keystroke. That's related to this article. IBM, a friendly family company, reveals 5 innovations that will change our lives within 5 years. Oh, and look what's over here. You will never need a password again. And mind reading is no longer science fiction, talking about linking your brain to your devices such as your computer or smartphone. And just think if it's already happening to those devices and people just don't know about it. Artificial intelligence and robotics, the next disruptive force. U.S. creating cyborg insects for robotic missions. And it's DARPA that's heading it up, talking about locating mines and weapons of mass destruction that don't ever exist, but we go and kill people for. Almost 1 in 3 U.S. warplanes is now a robot, then chances of central New York drone flights improve. And the National Defense Authorization Act, or the Indefinite Detention Act allows for the establishment of 6 national test sites where drones could fly through civil airspace and coming to your backyard while you're barbecuing, like I said, and just drone bomb you if you don't believe in global warming, you want to add the Fed, or maybe even you're a promoter of stateless society. Then Mesa County Sheriff buys a drone, of course, used for investigations and search and rescue operations, not spying on people, it's surveillance. And judge says pigs can now attach GPS systems to spy on you on your car.